This is Sharpei, very timid, and just to kind of work with her, as I walk closer to her, she might step back a little bit. So if she doesn't, yes, I'm walking closer, and she didn't run away, so she's getting a little treat. I always use the word yes to tell them when they did something right, so there's no confusion. They know what I want. They figure it out really quickly if I use that word, and I'm very consistently. So I'm going to step toward her. If she doesn't step back, she gets a yes. Yes, well, her front feet didn't go back. Her hindquarters did a little bit, but that's okay. That's a great improvement. Usually any move I make, even if I just move my foot, yes. Yesterday she was jumping away, so today this is good progress for her. Now I realize this might seem really insane to some people because it's baby steps. But with a shy dog like this, it's really important to start with the basics. See how she walks back? So no, yes. But that's what she says. She's so afraid that literally you can't take a step toward her, she'll walk away. I'll try it again. Yes. Oh, she thought about it. Good girl. You can see her kind of shifting back a little bit, but she didn't move. So this is really, really important. So I want her to know that I actually prefer certain behavior. And I also want her to know that she has the power to earn reinforcers like treats or pets or whatever you're using. Yes. Not a minute too soon. I was afraid she was going to, right when I said yes, it looked like she was getting ready to back away, but she just sat down, which is fine. Okay, try it again. Ooh, see, she didn't do it. She stepped back. So now I don't want to confuse her and think that I want her to sit when I step forward. Yes. That was good because she was already sitting. Okay. Kind of like a moving company going on here. Moving van situation. Alright, here we go. Yes. Now, even though she looked away, she could sense me coming and she didn't move, so I'm going to reinforce that. This is what you do to rehab a really, really, really shy dog. This is one thing anyway. Okay. Let's see, they're going to bark at the moving truck. Okay, here we go. Yes. Oops, I said it before she's... So here's the deal. If you notice that one, the timing was such that I said the yes, then she moved, and then I gave her the treat, and that's perfectly okay. The timing of the treat isn't as important as the timing of the marker signal, the yes, because that's what tells her what she did right. And boy, that's the communication issue between dogs and people. They don't know what each other is saying. Okay, some dogs are barking outside, so here we go. Yes, boy, that was great. I got pretty darn close to her. And there goes Missy to eat her treat. So, here we go. Alright. So, because another dog can't in the room, I'm going to have to... I have other dogs. But I'm going to have to feed it to her instead of throwing it on the floor. So, let's try it again. She moved away, so no yes for her. Try it again. Yes. Okay, now that, once again, see, I have to be quicker because I don't want her to get confused. I said yes, and then she moved backwards in order to sit down. Now I'm going to put my finger out. She's extremely hand shy, and if she doesn't pull away, she gets the yes. But actually what I really want to do is actually touch my hand because she has to be taught to like human hands. When I got her, she would just... wouldn't even let me come close with the hand. She'd just back up. So I'm going to put my hand down and see if she'll touch it. And I have two ways. One is the flat hand like this. Yes. Amazing. It took me like 3 weeks to get her to do that. Because she's petrified. And another way is the pointing finger. Yes. And now she's doing much, much better. Okay. And now we're going to have to get rid of the other dog. There you go. So I want to do the thing with walking towards her, though, because that's important, too. And try it again. Yes. So you can see how the word and the combination of the word and the treat, if they're delivered quickly together, she'll realize that the word means something. It's called charging a signal. Yes, and now she knows I want her to stand still when I lunge toward her like that. And the reason I'm going through all this, teaching her how to touch the hand and teaching her how to hold still when I approach her, is so when I go to put the leash on, she won't run away. So I'm going to go really close, really close. The other hand, both feet now are going close. Yes. So I'm not going to try to touch her. I'm just going to give her this, and I'm going to step back. Now remember, you don't have to do this with a regular old dog because when they see the leash, they're happy, and they want to go on a walk. Whoops. See, she'll keep her treat down. Okay, I guess she did. Went down the wrong tube there. Okay. So most dogs, you bring out the leash, they're happy. When I brought out the leash, she was recoiling. Okay, so now I'm going to go towards her, and I'm going to try to grab the leash. And this is a very delicate situation where I'm going to put my hand down. Yes. What I'm teaching her to do is cooperate with me when I want to take her out. Okay, good. I'm going to try the thing in reverse and put the leash on. I'm going to crouch down here a little bit. So I have it? Yes. Oh, good. She touched the end of it. And that's an early conditioning thing I was doing with her so she wouldn't be afraid of the leash. I taught her to touch it for a treat. Yes. So I'm going to hold it still and let's see how she moves her nose to get it. That's basically the trick here. And again, this is not a trick so I can entertain people. This is a trick so that she stops running away in fear every time she sees the leash. Yes, good girl. She did it. What a smart doggy. Okay, so she's getting a lot of treats here, but that's okay. We can just cut back her regular food and see if she can exercise. She plays with the other dogs really well too, so she kind of exercises. So this time I'm actually going to reach back. Yes, and I grabbed her collar. I don't know if you can see that. Usually it's easier to do this with two hands, of course. Holding the camera is a little difficult. But anyway, here we go. Now see how I hold my hand like this so she knows I'm going to go back? I'm going to grab the collar. Now this time I'm going to click it on there. Yes. So I wanted her to get used to the collar and the leash. I want her to get used to me reaching back here. That feels pretty good. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to click it off. Yes. And I'm just going to do that back and forth a few times to get her. Basically, she's got to learn how to trust people, right? Otherwise, it's going to be really hard to handle her for the rest of her life, and she's only one. Yes. So it's better to train her now at this age to like being handled instead of wait till she's 5 or 6. Yes. Okay, and you might think this is a little ridiculous, but believe me, in her case, it was just a really long, yes, this actually took me hours to get her to do because she's so petrified. If I forced myself on her, she'd get used to it, but you'd have some side effects of mistrust and fear. And then if I ever tried to do anything else, like giving her a bath or whatever, she would respond with fear and mistrust because she was raised as a puppy to have fear and mistrust. Now, I'm sure she came out of the birth canal being a very shy dog in the first place. But it doesn't help when people get impatient with the shy dog and smack them on the nose, because then they're just making it worse. So I have to teach her that hands are cool. Human hands bring comfort. She's not very afraid of a man's hand for some reason, but she is afraid of a woman's hand. So I have to kind of be the one to really condition her. She seems like she's enjoying it. I'll do the 5-second test, which is you pet for 5 seconds and then you take your hand away and see if she wants more or not. And she's looking away. Doesn't seem too worried about the hand. Okay, now she's touching my hand. Let's see if this is a good reinforcer for her. She might have touched it just to wanting a treat. I think that's what it is. But anyway, it is a friendlier thing for her to do. And so it's a good lesson for her. Okay, now I'm going to show her how to walk on a leash. Most dogs get trained to walk on a leash when they're puppies. At least they get a chance to drag the leash around, but not her. Okay, let's see. So what I'm going to do is just throw it around, throw the food kind of as a lure, and that'll get her used to dragging it, and if she steps on it, she'll figure out how to get out of it. Let's try this. So see, she's doing great. But again, she couldn't do this when I got her, so here we go. This is how you teach a really, really weird dog. Very frightened, very timid, very fearful, suspicious, and whatnot. So here we go. So what I want to do is like replicate normal behavior. She's also getting pretty good at finding treats that I throw on the floor. She wasn't really good at it before. It took her a long time. Most of the time she just give up. But now she's getting better. That wasn't a very good throw, was it? Okay, she's finding them. She should be able to go all the way down the hall. Good girl. Okay. I want her to go all the way down, so she has to turn around and come back. There we go. She didn't go very far. Okay, that was all the way to the end. Okay, good. So she found it. So this is a great exercise. This is, if you have a puppy, this is a great way to teach them, because you don't want them to eat their leash. You can do this with toys. You don't have to use food. Okay, now we're going to go over here again. Okay, and this is enough for right now, because you don't want to train a dog too long. We've been going 12 minutes. And 10 to 15 minutes is about right for a training session. You don't want to go hog wild, because then the dog gets tired, frustrated, doesn't know what you want, or they just get full, or sick of playing with whatever you've got, toys, whatever you have going there for a reinforcer. They'll get tired of it. Or they won't get tired of it and they'll just eat till they're sick. But anyway. So the last treat is just going to be a little jackpot, like 3 or 4. And then I'm going to remove the leash. I'm going to reach around her. She didn't pull away from my hand. That's excellent. I'm going to pull this. This is hard for her too. Yes. So I give her the YES for letting me take off the leash and give her a little jackpot, 2 treats. There you go. She'll probably lose it. Okay, there we go. Now this training session is done. And she's letting me pet. Yes, good doggy. Oops, I said yes again, so I better give her another. There you go. I have to remember to say good dog instead of the YES. Unless I want to give a treat, I better not say the YES. Okay, thanks for watching.